So guys, I've been sitting down on the picnic table here, taking my health break for actually quite some time. And, also checking out some of the video clips I'm posting to you guys, and I've been sitting here this way. And lo and behold, there's something right next to me. It's been right next to me this whole time. And it's something else that's really common that you find all over the place outside in New England. I'm just actually surprised to find it on the table and not on the path. Feathers. And this is an interesting one. This pattern. First thing that came to me was a goose, but you know what? It could actually be from a hawk. I have to check out the patterns because this bleed section here is what's kind of throwing me off. But yeah, feathers everywhere. This is one of my favorite things. This is something on my nature adventures. Whenever I find one, feathers. I'm actually going to leave the feather here and see if it's still here when I come back as I continue on the path. More shrooms. Take a look at this, guys. Oh, there you go. These ones have like little fuzzies on them. Ooh. These are not mushrooms, kids. Oh, wait a minute. They are mushrooms. They're not marshmallows, kids. Alright, now, before I interrupted with the feather video, I was going to talk about the big obstacle. Let's see. The big obstacle. Check this thing out. It's a big boy. Look at the thing. So, this one, I am not going over. I have to go under. And now, we are on the other side. Now, these ones, I mean, come on. At least that side seems easier to get over. Sometimes there's ones that are like these, but of course they're larger, slightly larger sizes, and it's hard to figure out. There's too much gunk over here, and too much of the mini branches over here, and this part, sometimes, like, see how that part goes up, and then that part goes out. You get ones that are bigger, and you're like, I'm not a gymnast. I don't do gymnastics. I have bad health as it is. But we got to get over this. There's something I want to show you. We were talking about before about some special signs. Here's another special sign. Mid-State Trail Organization. And now we continue on. Oh, there's actually another sign. It's actually on that tree there. Here we are, Mid-State Trail. But wait a minute. Didn't that one say Mid-State Trail? Oh, there's actually two on that tree. You're looking at the one on the other side. But let me come up here. Here's another good depiction of New England rocks. Nature's little kids' playground. Me and the rock. And also, moss, fungal growth here. Check that out. Ooh, there's some muck growing in there. And a bunch of little tiny flies everywhere. Now, I'm not 100%, because it's also been like 25 years, but I do remember a hidden, very steep path that we used to miss all the time. And I think with the fact that everybody in the US over the years has become so happy that the state and the Mid-State Trail guys decided to just let it overgrow. But I think that this, which it's hard to see, it goes up there and it is steep. It's not steep, it is steep. That, I think, is the Ledges Path. OMG. At least if I get to there, I'd be able to see what's behind. There's some smuck there. Right there. I can't see. There's... It looks like a path here. And a little stoop there. So, we'll see. I'll let you guys know if that is the path, because I actually tried walking. So behind me are those rocks that I showed you, and I thought that that was just an opening area, because it's hard to see that there are actually, it looks now more like little deer paths that lead to where I'm standing now. Which these two trees went over a little deer, well, it looks like a deer path, and this stuff here, and it just looks like it hasn't been maintained. But wait a minute, there's another giant mushroom over there. But anyways, we'll see as I travel that, I guess. Well, guys, crawling on all fours. Oh my goodness. I'm really not sure if I should be doing this. Well, anyways, after crawling on all fours, I made it up here. jeez. And as it turns out, let's see here. Gravity! But there's still the residue of a path. But there's still always what's up around the corner. Whew. Here we go. Okay guys, so as far as I know, I made it to the top, and the views that used to be here are not here anymore. That is the top of a tree. The top of a tree. That rock just drops right off. I'm sitting on a rock that even has a little platform for my feet. That's another thing cool with that's another thing that is cool about the rock formations around here. Lots of nice places to sit, and sometimes you can find a place that conforms to you. So while going up one of the steep sections, I found another feather. This one is definitely one from the Canadian goose. Canadian geese. Sounds like a car horn in traffic in the 80s. Yeah, say this one is a wee bit bent. You've been out of shape. And also something else I noticed, and that is these little tiny yellow flowers right here. Kind of cool. The path down. And actually, for just the very first time so far on this whole adventure, this is the first person I saw on the path. When I parked my car, there's one guy that parked his car and he went down a different path towards the lakes. But even though there's supposed to be the rock climbing group, I didn't see any of them. I've heard a couple of people up in the distance. Of course, they would actually be closer to where I am right now because there's a rock climbing face pretty close to where I am. Holding the phone while climbing down a steep rocky path. Omicron links, what are you thinking? And with my bones in the condition that they're in. But I've always had good balance. And even though I'm wearing these custom design Van shoes I've had for a little over a year, I usually try to, well, when I had my job, I try to buy a new pair about every 6 to 10 months because my weight and the floor would just wear them out. And my back would start hurting, my feet, my ankles, even more than they usually do. But again, I'm not working anymore. Well, I'm trying to do YouTube, and I'm trying to pick up my mom's house and whatnot while dealing with my aches and pains. So I hope you guys are, or that people out there are enjoying this little woodland adventure in the New England area. And don't skip, keep watching. I mean, I know some of them are long, skip those, because they're not long. Don't skip. Stay with me. Push on through. Help me out. Because this is what I got. And even if this channel is successful, probably won't see anything from it for 3 or 4 months. Okay, little Omnicom lynxes. I'm not sure how well you can see it. The sun is shining on my screen. But like I was mentioning, finding feathers. Look at that guy. Seems like it's from a smaller bird. Or the little white markings. Could be from a woodpecker. I don't know. Maybe there are bird watchers out there, bird enthusiasts. It is kind of scruffed up. Not really sure what to do with it. But I'm not sure if I said it, but 2 things. So, again, this is my 3rd feather. Guys, this is my 3rd feather. But remember how I was saying that rock climbers and the rock cliff facing? Well, because of the clouds at the time, let's see if you see it. The picnic tables I was at earlier, picnic tables, and the rock facing I was trying to show you, but we were over there by the sign and the picnic tables, so it was kind of hard to see. But that rock facing I was pointing out, that's actually one of the cliffs. People would hook up there, come down. Let me see if check that out. And it's just so hard to see how steep that is. All the moss on the wall. Nature. Gotta love it. So the picnic tables, and it's kind of hard to see, but I'm pretty sure the feather is still over there. So I'm going to grab the first feather. I'll have all 3. And I'll see you guys down at the bottom of the path where we all started. And in a split sec. Okay, guys. Back to the main sign. And let's see if they even show the ranger station. So I'm back at the parking spot. So what we did, what we did, we went up this path here, then we went this way up and around the corner. And so what we've learned is that this path has been overrun. It looks a whole lot more like a deer path. When you're up here, you can cut across this way. As it turns out, down here we could have went this way, and then the binoculars make it hard to see, but there is another path that if you went up the rocks that I came down on, we could have went that way.